Welcome to Match Day Live. 280 days ago, we started our quest to win our 6th Premier League title in 11 years and our 4th since Pep took the helm. It has been a long and arduous season, one that has seen the fans back here at the Etihad, and they have at times witnessed some truly scintillating football. We're going to bring you the lineups the moment we are allowed. Welcome to Matchday Live. I'm Natalie Pike, and it is an honour to be with you today on what could be a momentous occasion. The atmosphere inside the Etihad is already building up. I can't imagine what it's going to be like in about an hour's time. So thank you so much for joining us today. And for this special occasion, I am joined by an esteemed panel of guests. Jolien Lescott, Stephen McInerney and Darius Vassell. And I think we can all agree that Stephen is currently the happiest City fan in the entire world.
What am I doing here? No, absolutely no idea. I love it though, it's great.
Mate, well, you deserve it. Well, I feel like congratulating you. Congratulations, Stephen, on being sat in the middle.
I want Wembley, Stephen, I do. I want the semi-final, Stephen. That there was so excitable. There, it was a good watch of that.
Yeah,
Mate, I'm a Cloud9, man. I love it.
We watched you and Kel. Jolien and I were down here,
brilliant.
and you and Kel, you were like a comedy duo at Wembley. It was an absolute and utter pleasure. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for all being with us today. Now, just to give you the mathematics on today's game, we've had to write it down just so it's nice and clear for everybody. So the basic is that we need to equal or better Liverpool's result today to win the Premier League. So we win the Premier League. We'll finish on 93 points. If we draw, then Liverpool need to draw or to lose for us to win the league. And if we lose, then Liverpool need to draw or lose. But, oh, hold on. Liverpool draw or lose, we still win. See, it's very complicated, but the basics that we all need to know is that if we win, then we win the league. Now, I do want to tell you all about this incredible possible playoff as well. I mean, I'd love to know what the odds on this are, but just so you're all aware, if City lose 6-0 and Liverpool draw 5-all, then we would have equal points, equal goal difference, equal goals for and against, and 2 draws in the head-to-head. So what we would all do is we pack ourselves up, we'd go to Wembley, we'd have a one-off playoff for the Premier League title. No, I'm all right, thank you. So we'll just win today. That is the plan, of course. Win today and we win the Premier League. So you can, as always, send us in your WhatsApp questions for our guests. But today as well, I would just love you to WhatsApp us and let us know, how are you feeling? How are you feeling ahead of today? Where are you? Where are you watching the game? And also, do tell us your memories of past days like this. The last time we won the league on the last day of the season, where were you? What were you doing? How did you celebrate? Share all of your memories or indeed any questions that you have for our guests using that WhatsApp number. Now, we're going to go nice and early today and give you our Who's Stat first clue, because it's going to be such a packed and busy show today. So we're going to give you our Who's Stat nice and early today. So you know by now you have to guess the current or former Manchester City player using the 3 clues that we are going to give you today. And amazingly, I've only been on this show all season. I only learned in the last game that if you look at the silhouette, it gives you a clue. Like, wow. If you look at, I think it was you that told me. Right, here's the first clue for today. So this player has made over 200 Premier League appearances and has played for 4 current Premier League clubs. And yeah, I mean, have a little look at the silhouette to maybe try and help you. Any ideas, gents?
Played for,
yeah, 200 Premier League appearances, has played for 4 current Premier League clubs.
Is he a current player?
No, he won't be now.
I'm not sure yet. Honestly, but that's interesting.
I'm trying to look at the silhouette. It's a big frame, that.
Yeah?
Yeah, isn't it?
Who stands like that?
Yeah, it could be.
Who did we say?
Can we guess? Can we guess?
No,
Can we have a guess? I don't know.
No, I don't want you to. What if you get it right, first of all?
Yeah,
and ruin it for everybody?
I am known for that.
Why are you trying to ruin it for everybody at home?
Whoa. Why are we doing this so early then?
So that is who's stat for today. Such a packed show. We've got that one straight out there for you. So have a little think about that. Send us who you think it is on WhatsApp, or use the hashtag Man City. Now, we are going to give you the team news as soon as we are allowed. But before that, gents, I just want to have a little chat to you about two certain players that have won some awards this week. So, Kevin De Bruyne and Philip Foden have won the Premier League Players of the Season, Premier League Player and Young Player of the Season. We can see the moments now that they received their awards. Everything looks nicer when it's a bit slowed down, I always think. It looks so romantic. So, Kevin De Bruyne has demonstrated once again this season that he is one of the best midfielders in the world. His contributions on the pitch have been utterly inspiring. So, Jolien, what does it take to be able to do it season after season?
Exceptional talent, exceptional concentration, mental capacity. That's probably the hardest thing, because we see players do great things every other week, inconsistently, and for me that's what makes the best is they do it every week, every other week. And what Kevin's doing, he does it more often than he doesn't, where other top players do things occasionally. So listen, there's no surprise that either of them have won the honours this season. I always believe the player of the season should come from the title winners. I know we haven't won it yet, but I definitely believe it should have been one of our lads. I personally believe Bernardo's been our best player, but I understand why Kevin has got player of the season.
Yeah, I think Bernardo had an incredible start to the season as well, didn't he? But Kevin just seems to always step it up when needed. Stephen, how much do you love him?
Look, the best way I can say it is that by the time he hangs up his boots, he might be my favourite ever Manchester City player. And he might be. And that's...
Who is that at the moment?
Sorry?
Who is that at the moment?
Julian Lescott, I think. I reckon. No, I reckon, honestly, he probably David Silva or Cunningham. It's one of those two. And I think he's that level now. And look, we're going to run out of statues. He's that good. He's absolutely incredible. And he does things on a pitch that I often don't even know are possible, honestly. The angles he sees, the passes that he makes, it's quite astonishing. And the thing that stands out for me for De Bruyne, we've got a team full of world-class players, and we often play world-class teams, and to still be the best player on the pitch in those circumstances. Against Liverpool, for example, he was head and shoulders above everyone else, and it's astonishingly how good he is at football. He's just freakishly good. I love him to bits.
Darius, give us the sort of professional's point of view about Kevin. When you watch him, what are you seeing?
I think Jolien hit the nail on the head, to be honest, but I think his consistency and his reliability, and as a player playing with him, he's great to play with. You'd feel like you're going to get more opportunities if he's playing, and obviously he can do it himself as well. So the team as a whole, they tend to perform better with him in it. He's capable of match-winning performances, and he just seems to lift everybody when he's playing. And he does it consistently as well. I think that's the key, the consistency of it. So. Rightfully so. I don't think there's many that would argue with him winning that award. But City are a team full of great players, and there's others, as Jolien said, that could have sneakily won it. Young Player of the Year as well with Phil. Great for him. I think that there's no arguments there. I mean, you look down the league, there's no one really doing what Phil's doing at the moment, and fair play to him. And that can continue today. That will be the icing on the cake.
So it's 2 years running now, Jolien, that Phil has won that Young Player of the Season award. I feel like now he's kind of thrown that. He's not just the kid that's come through the academy now. He is a Manchester City regular, a Manchester City starter, and one of the best players in the league.
100%. And I think in any big game that Man City have, whilst he's here, he will play. He will be selected in that starting 11 and in any position. And I think that is one of the things that goes underestimated, is that he has a massive impact in the multiple of positions. We talk about Kevin, Sublime and Riyad and Raheem, but Phil can play centre forward, left wing, right wing, midfield, and arguably be as good as anyone else. So in terms of his talent, I still believe he could be a Ballon d'Or winner. I honestly believe that he could win the Ballon d'Or. Obviously we know how that works in regards to Ballon d'Or and Champions League, but in regards to our talent, Phil Foden is right up there.
He's 21. He's 21 years old, and look what he's done already. It's honestly remarkable. He's the kind of kid like that. I grew up dreaming to be, you know, as a footballer, as a City fan. Like, you want to be that kind of supremely talented, gifted, can do anything forward, because that's the exciting positions, isn't it? No offence to the defenders here, but in general, like, honestly, he's everything that I dreamed of. Personally, and like that's what he's doing out on the pitch, and he cares about the badge as well, and he's living the dream. I love it.
Dries, where do you think his best position actually is?
On the pitch.
Yeah, he's got to play. He certainly has. He's got to play. Just looking at those highlights there, the fact that he's a goal threat as well. You know, he's we all knew he was a good player, a good young player coming through. Whereas he's enhanced his game now, where he's a match winner. And as Jolyon said, he needs to be picked. You know, one of the first teams on the sheet. And he's now backing it up with match-winning performances and goals, not just assists. So fair play to him. Fair play to young lad.
And talking about goals, Kevin De Bruyne, 15 this season, Jolyon, to do everything that he does and then also contribute with those goals.
No, but I think he's tweaked his game. I don't think he's as involved in the general game or the play of the game as much now. I think it was just around Christmas when Pep highlighted he wanted him to score more goals, and he literally just
Hello, bro.
Literally just took it upon himself to have bigger moments in regards to in front of goal, whether it is creating but scoring as well. Like, I think in previous top performance we've seen Kevin dictate the whole play. I don't see him in the build-up as much. I just see him have these moments. And how many times have we seen that with his so-called weaker foot?
It's intentional, isn't it, as well? You can tell that, given the team been playing without a striker for so long, he's essentially decided to step up and just deal with it himself. The very best players in the game, they just get stuff done. They get stuff done, and that's what he's capable of doing. It's almost like he's gone, all right, well, I've got no one to cross to this year, so I'll just score the goals instead. And it's really intentional. You can see that he's got his eye on goal a little bit more. He's taking more shots, I would say. And when you've got that level of ability with either foot, you can just literally run a game like that. And I love the fact that he's solved the problem, so to speak. He's gone, I'll just win the league this year for City. I'll just do it. And he can do it. And recently he's been on another level to anyone else in the league, in my opinion.
And we say thank you, Kevin. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Kevin.
Much appreciated. So, player of the season, Premier League player of the season and young player of the season, Darius. To fans, we care about these things because we want our players recognised. And do players care as much as fans about them?
I would say so, yeah. It'd be wrong for me to talk on their behalf, but yeah, I'd say that it is important to win those things. It does put the icing on the cake of a season, especially if you're coming away with a league trophy. To be a major contributor towards that is a massive thing. And I think they should be honoured, rightfully so. It's not easy. There's a lot of good players in the Premier League. The talent's deep, it's thick. And if you can be at the top of that group, as Jolyon says, you're starting to talk about Ballon d'Or and winning world titles and things like that. So, you know, I think they care deep down, and it must be nice to walk into the dressing room knowing that you've got that accolade, you know, at the start of a new season.
Yeah, I think players care if we win the league. Listen, if you could choose, you're picking the league every day of the week. You're not picking player of the year. But if we go back to previous squad I was in, I think this group of players probably don't care as much, and that has probably hindered them, like David Silva's and Sergio Aguero's. Probably didn't make enough noise when they were doing so well. Yaya Touré's just got on with the job, like Kevin, like Phil, Raheem at times. They just get on with it, and I think that has kind of hampered their recognition globally, especially domestically as well. But yeah, players care when the objective is set. The objective is to win the league, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, not particularly in that order, but win them trophies, and then individual honours come after that.
I do think individual trophies as well come from a general profile. Like the people like David Silva and Kun Aguero, they built City up to this level, obviously alongside Joe when he won the league for the first time, obviously to take over. They built the club profile up so much that people like De Bruyne now get the credit that they deserve. Maybe, you know, it's become normalised that City players win trophies now, and that they win individual awards. So it's built on that, which I think is wonderful, because I don't think without them De Bruyne would be getting this privilege, which is he deserves. But I do think that's true.
I like that. I like that idea. Obviously, last day of the season today. Stephen, from a fan's point of view, first of all, how are the nerves today, and how does this feel in comparison to other end of the seasons?
Well, this is the first time I've been sat here like this anyway, so I'm a lot nervous, more nervous than I was going to be. But I'm no one's going to believe me, but I am quite calm. I am genuinely quite calm. Not because I should be. It's more because I just trust the players. I just do. And I'm trying to convince myself here. Probably am, aren't I? But ultimately, like, this is a huge game. It matters so much. But we're here at the Etihad. It's essentially a cup final today, and Manchester City are very good in cup finals. Other than the Chelsea game, which we were both, we won't talk about that. But other than that, City usually show up in the big games, and I trust them to do that today. And the crowd will be absolutely up for it. The atmosphere will be incredible. We've got a good squad, great players, and I'm nervous for the occasion as opposed to the game, if that makes sense. I trust them in the game of this magnitude. I'm nervous just because I'm terrified of the alternative, if I'm being honest. But, I'm quite calm.
We've already seen the atmosphere when the players were arriving. I mean, the scenes outside here when the bus came were just incredible. So the atmosphere is going to be something else in here. In terms of final day nerves, Darius, is it any different to other days, or how have you dealt with them in the past?
I've never been in this situation before, so I can't directly comment. But what I will say is that City are in a situation where it's in their hands. So we was discussing it earlier. It's much better than being in a situation where you're hoping the team's going to lose or you're hoping that a result goes a certain way. Obviously, if City win the game, they've done everything they needed to do, and the league table doesn't lie. So City have been the best team so far. They just need to do it for 90 more minutes.
You make it sound so easy, Darius. Brilliant, thank you. I needed someone to calm my nerves, because I tell you who isn't. This man here at the end, who usually does calm me nerves. Yeah. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling calmly nervous, if that is an actual statement to make. But yeah, I don't know if it helps or hinders being in this position before. Like, a few of our titles obviously have came on the last day. I've said it multiple times. I'd much rather have won the title 6 weeks ago, so you can enjoy the ride in. But listen, like Darius said, it's in our hands. At any stage of the season, your objective, whatever it is if it's in your hands, that's all you can ask for. And again, like Steven said, this is a cup final, and the other team aren't in the final. The other team are just playing. So imagine going into a cup final knowing you're the only team playing for something. So hopefully that's the case.
That, isn't it? That's huge. We've got loads and loads and loads and loads to win at home, our own fans at home. But they're just here to try and ruin a party. But that's kind of it, really.
So you've seen the team arriving. They are here. Again, slow motion just makes it look even lovelier, doesn't it? Look at that. John Stones is in the building. But is he in the starting 11? Let's find out. Here is our team for the final game of this season. In goal, it is Edison. And then I can tell you, yes, he is in the team. John Stones is back. And he is one of two changes to the team that drew with West Ham last week. Fernandinho, captain, his last game for Manchester City, he is in the starting 11. And then it's Laporte, Cancelo, Rodri, the Premier League player of the season, Kevin De Bruyne, Silva, Mahrez, the young player of the season, Phil Foden, and Gabriel Jesus. So that is your starting 11 for today's game against Aston Villa. On the substitutes bench, it is Carson, and then Walker makes the bench. Ake, Sterling, Gundogan, Grealish, Zinchenko, Palmer and McAtee. So that is your substitutions for today's game against Aston Villa. So, Jolien, big news for me there. John Stones is back.
Yeah, again, glad to see him back. I think he's been exceptional since he got back into the team last season. Played as well as anyone. But yeah, huge plus to be back in the team. It's not a weakened team. It's never a weakened team. And I'm pleased to see Jesus. I think the last few weeks, he's been exceptional. He seems like he's so hard to play against. So I'm excited to see him. And then you've got Raheem and Jack, who I'm sure is itching to get out and contribute on the bench. So at any given time, you could see them come on, and obviously that's not a pleasant sight for the opposition.
Stephen and Darius, who wants the difficult question? Who's up for the hard question? Who's up for it?
Go on, Darius.
How does the back four line up?
Oh, I've been trying to work that one out for the last hour.
We've got no idea.
The shout is, we're thinking that the Fernandinho will go right back. That's what it's looking like, and then the rest speaks for itself. But obviously the manager having faith in Stones and bringing him back in, he's got options on the bench, and looking at that, that's a good thing, I suppose. I think, as Jolien says, having Stones in the team with regards to being in possession, that's a great thing for City, and then that might be the thing which drives City forward to go and get that goal, or the goals that are going to win the game.
I love Fernandinho. We're like, hey, thanks for your 9 years service. We love you. You're one of the best defensive midfielders the Premier League's ever seen. Thanks for all that time you played in central defence. Now play right back for us.
He's got it. He's got it. He knows what he's doing, and that's why we've played him there, because we trust him, because he's had that 9 years experience, and he's not going to let us down today. He's our captain, and to be honest, there's something to be said for having your captain on the pitch as well. A man who will absolutely get the sense of occasion. A man that the fans are going to be up for it. The fans will love to see him on the pitch today to give him the send-off, that he deserves. So. Whatever position he's in, right back, centre back, he's not going to let us down. He's too good. He's a legend of this club. And Ferner, I love you, pal, wherever you are.
Oh, me too. We're going to talk more about Fernandinho later on. Of course we are. So stay tuned, stay with us for all of that. In terms of looking at the front there, Jolien, so Foden, Mahrez, Jesus. Are we thinking Jesus in the middle there?
Yeah, I'm thinking so, because Riyad tends to play on the right. I don't remember him playing anywhere else. So yeah, again, Jesus, if he's not on the right, he's in the centre. So I want to say that is the front three in that order. And again, they all are comfortable in them roles. So it's exciting. It's going to be difficult for Villa, because them three get it right, they tend to score goals, and that means Villa then have to score more goals to spoil the party.
And in terms of the bench, Jolien mentioned before, Joyce, that obviously Jack Grealish is on the bench. What is it like when you go back and play against a former club?
Oh, loads of emotions come. But obviously, City have got everything to win today. He'll be disappointed he's on the bench, but he's got a great opportunity, because later on in the game, bet your bottom dollar he'll be needed, and he could be the one that breaks the deadlock. Again, we discussed it. It's almost fitting, isn't it, considering the big move that he's had and the indifferent season that he's had, obviously, at the club. But for him to come on off the bench and to make a difference in this game, that'd be amazing for him.
I would love it. I would absolutely love him to come on and score, right?
More than anything. Like, if I could pick one player now and said he's going to be the guy, I'd say Jack. Even if it meant us waiting to the 90th minute.
No, mate.
Sorry, Jack.
No. I know you're used to it, but I can't do it again, mate. I can't do it again.
I know, I want that moment for him, but I don't want us to be in the place where he's coming off the bench for that moment. Yeah, okay, thanks, Jack, next season. And then looking kind of in the middle there, Stephen, Bernardo Silva. I would like to just guess, how many kilometres do you think that man's going to run today?
He's going to break a record or something, isn't he? It's going to be stupid. He'll do about 14 kilometres or something like that. I don't know how you can get a guy who can run as much as Kante and be as graceful as David Silva. It's not even fair that he's that good at football, and he's the exact kind of person you want on the pitch in a game like this. Absolutely. He's just a workhorse, determination, guile, craft, composure. There's not enough superlatives for a guy that good. And today, he also revels these kind of occasions as well. The atmosphere, I still maintain the best game I ever saw in person was when we beat Liverpool here 2-1 a few years back. And Bernardo came alive that day and played like the hybrid of a perfect midfielder. So today, he'll sense the occasion. He'll sense what it means to the fans. And it's just, as Jolien said, possibly our player of the year as well, maybe. So, special footballer, and he's going to be immense today.
I always say Bernardo gets us. He understands. He understands us, the fans. Now, you've been hearing his dulcet tones all season. I bet Jolien's particularly excited about this. We are blessed to get the commentary every week from Alistair Mann. Well, today we're going to show you his face. We've sent him down pitch side with Sean Goater, and here's their thoughts on the team.
Well, thanks, Natalie. At pitch side, and what an atmosphere already in the ground. I'm delighted that alongside me, not only am I pleased that it's Sean Goater, but I'm delighted that he is relaxed as I've seen anyone in the ground. Why are you so relaxed about this, Sean?
Because what I know is, in these games, I know that in the dressing room, players know that they're used to this, and nerves means that you're ready, and they know how to turn their nerves into, yeah, I'm ready, I've trained for this, I'm prepared for this, I know what I've got to do on whether it's set pieces or in general play, I know my role and responsibility, so there's a relax. There'll be a little bit of nerves, but I can tell you, the minute they come out to warm up, those little bit of nerves just go away. It's always good to have a little bit of nerves. If you're having no nerves, you tend to think, well, it's the most important game, why you have no nerves? But yeah, I think the boys will be very relaxed and ready for it.
You've had a few minutes to digest the team lineup. What do you make of it?
Yeah, the interesting thing is looking at that right back position. I tend to think it'll be Fernandinho that will play there, and partly that will be, I think we'll swing into a three in possession. Fernandinho will go alongside Rodri and creating a real solid five, if you like. So that back three with the two defensive midfielders will be really difficult to break down, and I think you'll be left to the other fives essentially to go and create an attack, and there'll be times as well I think you'll find that Rodri and Fernandinho, they'll smother they'll smother the opposition. So you see when we have attacks and then we lose the ball and then we'll win it right back, and you see them again, they'll be right on it, pouncing on it, shifting the ball and sort of smothering Aston Villa so that they don't come out. So that's what I can see playing. But Pep, we can never quite get it right. So, you know, but that's what I'm thinking.
Well, when you look at an occasion like this and you think to yourself about, well, the game you were involved in, for example, the playoff final all those years ago, it is a privilege to be playing for a title rather than worrying about which division you're going to be in next season.
Yeah. Listen, all these players, when they started out as young players, these are the moments that they dream of. They dream of the moments of playing in big games that matter. And I can tell you, the minute, you know, Stones was saying that he was fit, they knew that they were fit, they were buzzing, because they were like, this is the game I want to be a part of. I want to make myself available so that I play in these games. There's no player in our squad that are a bit tentative about today. They're excited about today because these are the days that it goes down in history in terms of being able to bring it home again, win it again. If we end up doing it before in 5 seasons, totally amazing. These boys will be ready for this.
I think the big question everybody in here is probably wondering is, do you think it's going to be a nervy occasion? We've been talking about the 10th anniversary of the Sergio Aguero moment.
Yeah.
Do you anticipate that this will be less dramatic, or do you think the City way is drama?
Well, I tend to think a little bit more relaxed, but I think because of our history, there are fans that go back, and we seem to have a saying that we do it the hard way. I'm a little bit more relaxed because, one, in the way we play, and in the Pep Guardiola as a manager, his ability to find weaknesses in the opposition and go and attack that and see it through. So I'm a little bit more relaxed, but there are City fans that as comfortable as we'll win a game 4-0 and 5-0, they're still in the 92nd minute thinking, hurry up and blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I'm a little bit more relaxed because I trust in Pep Guardiola, I trust in the players. I know that there's a certain part, there are parts and elements of our game that are telepathic, and when you become telepathic in knowing what a player's going to do and what you need to do, you're a step ahead. And to give a real simple example, we know that a set piece is a telepathic situation. A player makes a run somewhere, maybe a player that blocks a player so the ball arrives somewhere. That's to give you that 1 yard advantage. Well, I know in how City play, there's parts of our games that's telepathic, and that's what makes me relax. The opposition just see it as a free-flowing game, but with us, we actually know when a player receives the ball in a certain place, certain players know certain movements and where they can receive it to do the next move. So I'm rather relaxed, and this is just taking the game to a whole new level, which is why I'm relaxed about it.
I tell you what, am I not the luckiest person anywhere in the world, because I've got him next to me, keeping me nice and calm. We'll be bringing you the commentary. Download the City app. Myself and Sean Gota will be talking you through what will hopefully be a very special day.
Big thank you to Alistair Mann and to Sean Gota. Honestly, two of my most favourite people in the whole wide world. They are the people I need to be sitting with right now. They'd be calming my nerves, by the way. Right, Aston Villa are here. They're in the house. You can see Steven Gerrard is arriving there. Obviously, there's been a lot of noise this week around Steven Gerrard and, of course, the obvious Liverpool connections. There is a few Liverpool connections in the Villa team as well. Now, we'll be bringing you that Villa team news in a second, but I can tell you that Coutinho does start today, and of course there is a Liverpool connection there as well. Danny Ings though doesn't start today. I'll give you that full 11 for Villa in just a second. So here it is. So starting 11 for Villa is Olsen, and it's his second appearance in the Premier League. We've got Matty Cash, Chambers, Mings, who is the captain, Digne, McGinn. Number 6 is Douglas Luiz. I'm not sure why it's quite there, missing off our graphic. No offence to Douglas Luiz meant. Ramsey, Buendia, Watkins and Coutinho. Now, here is your substitutes bench for today. It is Sinisalo, Young, Chrisen, Nakamba, Eric Bunham, Sanson, Chukwuemeka, Traore and Danny Ings.
Wow. Well done, I did well. It's good.
Thanks, everybody. Those tricky Villa subs names. Right, that Villa team news. Immediately, what's jumping out there is the goalkeeper. So Olsen starts. Only his second Premier League start this season. How much is that going to affect them?
Yeah, I think arguably, if you took the goalkeeper at any team, that's probably the biggest miss. I think it's been the case for us. I think it's the same for Liverpool. But I think because the lack of games they actually play, I think the transition to come in, he's obviously a top goalie, but in regards to rhythm, understanding with the back four, that's a plus. That's a plus for us. But having worked with Jacob Ramsey, he's an exceptional talent as well, like outrageous. So he's definitely one to watch. But listen, we should have enough to win this game.
Yeah, we're talking about the keepers there. It's like we planned it. That cheer that you suddenly heard was the keepers, City's keepers coming out to warm up, and then there's Villa's there as well. Now, other key players in that Villa team, for me, Stephen, as the Scot, I'm a big John McGinn fan. I love John McGinn, and I wish him all the very best for the important Scotland games that are coming up. For you, who is the key player in that Villa team?
I mean, the key player in the context of the game is probably Coutinho. In terms of the context of the actual game, given obviously that there's that Liverpool connection there, he's more than anyone else in that pitch for Villa. He's probably got more of an eye on this game, obviously, because he'll want to do his old teammates a bit of a favour and so on. But Watkins is a great striker, decent turn of pace, an eye for a goal, obviously. I'm a big fan of Ramsey too. I think he's a fantastic midfielder. He's so talented. He's going to the very top. It's that midfield, to be honest. Obviously, Douglas Luiz as well against his former club, Manchester City. Luiz, McGinn, Ramsey. It's a very good team. It's a genuinely good team. Is it as good as Manchester City's team? Probably not, but they still have quality there we've got to pay attention to.
And in terms of the defence, Darius, Matty Cash got the Aston Villa Player of the Year award. He's had a great season.
So I didn't even...
We're getting to that point now where the atmosphere is building in here and we'll all struggle. So excuse me if we are shouting so that we can hear each other. Matty Cash has had a great season. Yeah, he certainly has. He makes a big difference in the Villa lineup. He's got attacking credentials as well as defensive. And obviously, seeing him there, he's a Villa player through and through. Now, what I would say with the team is that as good as they are, how good are they without the ball, and how motivated are they going to be for the game to win it back? I think they're going to go for long periods without the ball, Villa, and I don't know, last game of the season, whether they're going to be up for winning it back. So they're only as good as they can be when they've got the ball. So hopefully, as good as they are, they don't have the ball enough to cause any damage. Right, let's have a quick Steven Gerrard chat. It seems to be all the media have talked about all week long. How much does the fact that he has the huge Liverpool history affect today's game, Jolien?
I think it affects everyone else more than it affects him. Knowing Steven Gerrard, he's so professional and focused on his job. I don't think he can as a player. I'm thinking from a player's point of view. We were speaking. I don't think I'd want to hear my manager say, "Let's do this for another team." You know what I mean? So I don't picture him ever saying that, because he hasn't been so successful as a player and now as a manager by thinking other than what's his job, what's his goal, his objectives, and getting that done. So if they win, it'll be because they want to win for Aston Villa rather than Steven Gerrard and his connection with Liverpool. Yeah,
I've thought all week that it feels almost a bit disrespectful to Aston Villa, the idea that Steven Gerrard only wants to win because he used to play for Liverpool.
Yeah, no, exactly. I agree. I mean, obviously the players will be up because of professionals, but ultimately, most of these players have no connection whatsoever to Liverpool. Gerrard's up for it, of course, but we were chatting before, and I agree with Jolien. He can't turn around and say, "Win it for me." Like what? It's like he's not a Liverpool player anymore. I would roll my eyes if they said that to me. Obviously,
and the biggest comparison I would say is, do you think if we ever played Anderlecht or Vinny would be saying that to his team so we could win? That's the same. That is the same thing. That these players are so driven by what is right for them and their team over than any other situation.
In terms of when he came into Villa, Darius, they had a real upturn immediately, had a real positive effect. It does seem to have levelled off a bit as the season has gone on, though. Yeah, we knew it would. It wasn't going to last forever. There was going to be a period where he had to get to know both sides of the team, when it's going well and when it's not going well. He's there now, and as Jolien says, I think it would annoy him, the thought that people would consider that there was any different sort of motivation in this game. He's just not built that way. First and foremost, he's going to want to win a football match, and rightfully so. But as we've discussed here, there is a quality difference, and if the right thing happens, City win today. I'm worried about saying this stat in case there's any slight thing that if I say this stat, everything's going to go wrong. But Joe, oh no, look at Jolien looking at me. Uh-oh. I'm going to say it. Villa have lost each of their last 11 games when City are at home.
Cheers, Nat. Cheers. I'm going.
Yeah. Was Steven Gerrard in charge of any of them? I'm joking. No, like Doras said, like there's a difference in quality. Yeah, the occasion could impact anyone, and if you compare it to the Aguero moment, QPR were playing for something, Aston Villa aren't, so hopefully that isn't the case, and said hopefully their mindset is settled now in regards to where they are. But Villa are good with the ball, not great without it, so City are very good without the ball, exceptional with the ball, so if you put them things together, it can only mean City score goals.
Also, as well, we forget that City have had a week off. You know, Villa played Thursday night as well, so those players have played a lot more frequently. City players have literally gone on holiday. You know, Gundogan went and got married. Ilkay Gundogan went and got married during the week, and they've had a few days to calm down, you know, rest the muscles and so on. And they've had to focus all week on this one game. Villa were playing the other day, so that's got to be a factor as well. You know, the freshness that's got to come into it.
And they do seem to have ended their season, Dryas, with a bit of a whimper, to be honest. 2 wins from their last 10 games in the Premier League. In terms of the last 6, they lost to Tottenham, they lost to Liverpool, although they put up a good fight against Liverpool, drew with Palace, drew with Leicester, and were beaten by and beat Norwich and Burnley.
This is why I questioned the motivation as a whole over 90 minutes to go out there and win the ball back and make something happen. It's been an indifferent season, certainly towards the end, as you've described. And I just think, again, with the quality difference, I've been there sometimes when you're playing against a team which are much better than you. You don't want to run around after the ball. You start to camp in a little bit and do your work in bursts. And I think that will be playing into City's hands. That's what they're used to the majority of the time, all season, playing against. And as Sean Goater was explaining, that understanding and that trust that you have with your teammates, you're going to expect to have opportunities. What I hope, though, is that City have players that go and grab those opportunities rather than waiting for some of that quality around them to go and do it for them. I don't want it to progress into a game where it's like, hold on a minute, 10 minutes to go, and no, we ain't scored yet.
No.
Please no, please no, please no. We are being told, by the way, that Emi Martinez has a knee injury, which is why he doesn't play today. If you're not recognising Olsen there, Emi Martinez is injured. And also, if you are interested, and obviously we're only focusing on ourselves today, but the Liverpool team news is out. You might be caring more about your FPL team at this point, but Van Dijk and Salah are both on the bench for Liverpool today. I couldn't get Salah out my team, so I am annoyed about that. But Van Dijk and Salah are on the bench for Liverpool. Now, RLs is outside the stadium. She's been chatting to some fans, and here's what they're thinking ahead of today's game.
So I'm here with a group of City fans from South Africa. So you've come all the way from South Africa for the match today. How are you feeling?
Very excited to be here in this wonderful city, and to be at this match today with this fantastic team, and looking forward to the results going the correct way, and going to be part of this momentous occasion.
Let's talk nerves. How are you feeling ahead of this game?
Absolutely petrified, honestly. I'm only 18, but the last 10 years, unbelievable from us. I think the most nervous today I've ever been as a City fan. Not only because we need to win, but because they can't win.
I just can't wait to get it started now, to be honest. Been awake since really early this morning, like most people here, I imagine, and I just want to get on the pitch and get the game started.
I'm fine. We've got this in the bag. No nerves whatsoever. We are absolutely fine. We've got this.
I like this attitude. There's a lot of people are nervous. I like the positivity.
No.
Richie, how are you feeling?
Quietly confident. But I've been canvassing some of the fans around the stadium to see what their score predictions are. Everything is win City, but it's ranging from 3-1 to 5-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
And goals from which people?
Kevin 2, Mr. De Bruyne and Bernardo.
2-0.
So I think the score today, 3-1.
3-1 for Man City, and Liverpool
2-0.
What does it mean to see City potentially winning 4 trophies in 5 seasons?
It's unbelievable, and what's done and what they do in the area that it's built up. It was dead on its feet, this area, and they've done brilliant. I can't fault them. And at last we've come out in the sunshine now.
The opportunity to be there on the last game of the season when they actually lift the trophy. I mean, how often in reality does that happen? It's often put to bed by now. So to come and see it 10 years after the first time we won the trophy, that's just amazing, isn't it? Yeah. I've been brought up a City fan. My parents have supported City since the 70s and even beyond that. And I've listened to my dad scream and shout and swear and cry and go through every emotion under the sun. These are our best football years, and we've got this today. We've got it. We're back.
So.
Love that woman, absolutely, and love Els as well, and we'll be seeing a bit more of Els later on. Now, as always, keep getting those WhatsApp questions in if you would like to ask our panel of guests anything at all. And we also want to know, how are you feeling? Where are you watching the game today? How are your nerves? Are you totally confident? Let us know your thoughts ahead of today's game. Now, we've already told you that Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden have won the Premier League Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year. But there is another award that you can currently vote for, and that is the Etihad Player of the Year. That is our Player of the Year. Now, it's already down to the last three, and that is Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva. You can still vote for your player of the season as long as you are a citizen. If you're not a citizen already, this is the time. So get yourself onto the website, onto the app, and you can vote until midnight tonight for your player of the season. And I figure if Jolien hasn't already voted, I reckon he's going to be going for Bernardo Silva. Myself, I might be voting for Riyad Mahrez. What do you think? And you can see there, the players are getting ready to come out. When we start talking, if you suddenly hear a massive scream, you know that the players have walked out onto the pitch to start training. So, Jolien, are you going to be casting your vote for Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, and listen, any of them players that you mentioned or up for nomination could win it, and it would deservedly so. But for me, in regards to availability, consistency, he's been the best, Bernardo Silva. I think from the start of the season, when there was speculation around him leaving, I think he's just focused on what his job is, and he showed. There we go, lads are out. Yeah, I just think this moment here, this game, I just think exceptional. I think if he had a few more definitive moments on games in regards to goals, I think he would have won and definitely challenged Kevin for Player of the Year.
I think this gives us a chance, Stephen, to remember his goal against Villa as well at the away leg.
Unbelievable, the counter-attack. Was it Cancelo Mahrez? Yeah, just stupid but brilliant. That's what stupid players do, you know. And then the counter-attack and the cross from Jesus, I think it was, in the first-time volley. Bernardo is a mesmeric player. I would also like to talk about another player, if that's all right. I want to talk about Rodri a little bit. I think Rodri's one that we don't really talk about too much, but he's not really had a bad game all season. Yeah. Every single week he's there doing at least 7, 8 or 9 out of 10. And sorry, Bernardo, I'm doing a disservice here. I'm talking about Rodri during Bernardo's wonder goal. But I think just Rodri deserves a bit more credit because he's the backbone of this team. And to step into the shoes of a guy who's leaving today, of course, Fernandinho, like, it's really fitting and apt that on the day that possibly our greatest ever defensive midfielder moves, Rodri essentially stepped into his own and will anchor the team today. I mean, to me, I just love him, Rodri.
So if it was a Final Four, would you have had Rodri in there?
Absolutely, yeah. He'd be there for me.
And I mean, for me, we're seeing his goal there. The fact that he contributes at such important time. Is this the Arsenal game? Yes, I mean, for me, this is one of the most important goals of the season, Jolien.
Oh, there's so many important goals that we've scored, and anyone you could, like Cancelo, his contribution, the keeper, Edison, like, there's no one that wouldn't deserve being in the Player of the Year. But listen, the boys that we're talking about, Riyad, obviously, Kevin and Bernardo, it tends to be players further up the field. And again, you can't argue with anyone that wins it.
Darius, who would you be voting for out of Mahrez, Silva and De Bruyne?
I'd go with Bernardo as well. The reason being is just I think Mahrez was close. I think he's a penalty away from getting it. That might have sealed it. But obviously De Bruyne has already won the big award as well. I think Bernardo would be the next one in line to get the big one.
Talking about Bernardo gave us the opportunity to see that Villa goal again. It also gives us the opportunity to see Michael Brown's reaction to the Villa goal as well. I love this because I think he represents all of us. So he was at the game doing co-commentary for us alongside Alistair Mann.
Yeah.
Poor Brownie.
And Duras may know what I mean. That is like an ex-player's reaction is like, ooh, like fans shout, scream, and it's emotion. That is like, ooh, that shouldn't really happen, and it shouldn't look that easy from a player's point of view. Like the control.
That goal years ago.
Yeah. That
wonderful.
Ridiculous skill.
I think I remember doing a similar, not that I'm an ex-player, a similar reaction. It was like, what have I just witnessed?
Yeah. Exactly. That to get it from a player's perspective, and you can see the beauty of that and the technique. Like he didn't even need to do that, but he trusted his technique so much. He thought, yeah, why not? Why not tap it off?
I'd love it if he did it again today, or please do it again today in the first 10 minutes. A word on Riyad Mahrez as well, Stephen, who for me rightly deserves his place in that top three.
But yeah, top goal scorer. He's scored like 24 goals this season, I think, something like that. That's once again, it's just silly numbers for a guy. He doesn't let us down. You know, obviously he missed a penalty, but humans miss penalties. Even Haaland will miss a penalty when he comes at some point, you know. But Mahrez, time and time again, a big goal in a big moment. Elegance, brilliance, quality. Riyad, as well, this season, he feels like he's become a relative elder statesman in the team as well. You know, you can tell he's adapted to his experienced role in the side, and I love that side to his game, how he's a little bit older now, but obviously that benefits his game, his experience, and it helps the squad massively.
So you can keep voting. You've got until midnight tonight to cast the vote if you are a citizen for your Etihad Player of the Year. Riyad Mahrez, he's scored some big goals, Darius.
Yeah, he certainly has. Just watching through this now, the video of it, his finishes are so true and so controlled. You know, it's a player that's, you know, he's mastered his game, he's mastered his position. And there was a time, wasn't there, where he wasn't first choice, he wasn't always a starter. And he seems to have come on leaps and bounds under Pep. And, yeah, rightfully so. We're talking about him and about winning these awards. He's right that he's up there.
So do get your vote in. You've got till midnight tonight, and the winner will be announced tomorrow. Now, you've been sending in loads of your WhatsApp questions. Thank you so much. We do love it when you get involved. It is your show, so thank you for getting involved. Absolutely loads. I've got loads to scroll through at the minute, so I'll go for the top one. First of all, Salou is asking, Jolien, how many goals do you think Kevin De Bruyne might score today?
Oh.
I like it, goals.
Think or hope. Hope, I'm going to say hat-trick, or even a 4. Even though it was against Wolves, but I'll take a 4-piece. But I think he's involved in 2 goals.
Involved.
I want to say involved in 2 goals.
I like it. The music win, basically, in my opinion. I'll take that.
Okay, I'm going to ask this one to Stephen. Seth Stewart would like to know, how would you feel if it went to a playoff?
What?
No, even asking that question?
I want to know why you'd ask that, Seth. Seth, you're a very bad person. You shouldn't be asking that kind of stuff. That means we lose 6-0, doesn't it? Is that right? Yeah, no, Seth, behave, mate. Behave.
Hold on a minute. His middle name is Redman.
Yeah,
Seth, why are you watching our show? But you're welcome. You're welcome.
Double agent there, isn't there? You know.
Nkosi has asked Darius, what's the best goal you've seen this season?
Oh, we've just seen a few, haven't we, on the video? From City, obviously.
That's tough, that, mate.
It is tough. They score so many good goals. Hopefully, we see it today. You never know. How about that for an answer?
I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes.
Well played, Duras.
Well played. Phil Foden, absolute worldie that I've been saying he's going to get all season.
Jack Grealish solo goal.
Oh, yes.
Your boy Jack's going to do it.
Yeah, shirt comes off.
I love it.
He would do that. Grealish would have his shirt off running around, wouldn't he? Aguero in it. He would.
He'll take a booking for that, I'm
Make a lot
sure.
of
None
people
of us
very
will
happy as
mind. Yeah. Sophie Stewart has said, we're watching from our living room in Bournemouth, Dorset. We're really nervous and we are excited. My house is split as my mum is a Liverpool fan and I'm a City fan. Sophie, we're sending you so much love in your house today. Thank you so much for watching Matchday Live all the way from Bournemouth. And then the last question for just now has come from Slug. Love that. Jolien, he said, hi, I'm Alex from South Africa, and my question is, how nervous are you?
I'm less nervous now than when I came to the stadium. I don't know why or what's changed. But yeah, I'm feeling more, it's turned into confidence now. So yeah, slightly nervous, but excited and confident more.
Stephen?
Yeah, I'm nervous too, but what keeps getting me through this is literally the best place to be right now in the Premier League. This is literally the place where it's most likely to see the Premier League trophy today, and this sort of is the whole point of football, isn't it? You know, as painful as it can be at times, I would rather be scared and then win a trophy, then be relatively ambivalent to it. You want to feel something, you know. You want to be nervous, you want to be anxious, because as one of the fans said earlier, this is pretty much the best time to be alive as a Manchester City fan right now. So this gives you that energy, gives you that release. So I'm nervous, but got to channel it in the right way, haven't you?
Yeah, one of the best times to be alive as a Manchester City fan. But we always remember how we got here. And we have done it this year with our new kit, which, lovely, is modelled by Stephen McInerney today. The new shirt. Did you go buy that the first day it came out, by the way?
I did indeed. I had to. It's beautiful.
I absolutely love that. So the new kit, of course, is in honour of Colin the King Bell, and of course of the era that he played in the late 60s and early 70s. There is a beautiful full kit launch video. This is the family of Colin Bell when they were showed the new kit. That was his wife and his grandkids who were invited here to see the kit, which also has a beautiful crown sewn into the shirt in honour of the King. It is a beautiful, beautiful kit. If you would like to see the full video about it, you can get that on the website and on the app. I absolutely love it. Stephen, how does it feel wearing it?
Honestly, no, I'm obsessed with this shirt. I think it's the nicest shirt we've had in an awful long time. It's classy, it's Manchester City. The blue really blends in gorgeously into the stadium as well. It's just like a proper sky blue, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm 36 years old, but I was there bang on to buy it, you know what I mean?
I love it.
I have no shame whatsoever because it's a gorgeous kit, and it's a gorgeous kit for a gorgeous team, so, you know.
Yes, I absolutely love it. Darius, how did you care about the kits that you were playing in? When new kits came out, did you think, oh yeah, I like that one?
Nah, I just cared if I was playing, to be honest.
Jolien, what do you think of this new one?
I love it, to be fair. I do like that kit. It's that simple, but it's classy. I do enjoy it. But I was a fan of kits. I needed to know. I was a bit weird about boots and stuff, so I wanted to see if I could match up boots with kits and stuff like that. So yeah, I needed to know what the kits were going to look like.
That's some nice ones to see as well, didn't you?
Yeah, to be fair, my favourite one was you had a navy one, and then the socks were like hoops.
Yeah.
Navy, yeah, it was real nice. I used to like that.
What about the kit that you wore when you won the Premier League? Did you like that one?
Which one? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That kit was all right, but it was the material was a bit funny on that one, to be fair. But in regards to the kit, yeah, it's monumental in this
the away one
history
that
of the
year with
club.
black and red stripes, though. You in that one?
Was it that one? Yeah, black and white stripes.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, and I think I've seen something similar to next season regarding that, so it's real nice as well.
Ooh, exclusive inside gossip from Jolien Lescott. Now, it was, of course, 10 years since Jolien and his team, so just Jolien won the Premier League.
Yeah,
Jolien and his team
Forget Sergio. My statue's out next week.
What position would your statue be, by the way, if you had one?
What do you mean?
Like, like his is like with a shirt.
I don't know, maybe with my tongue out.
There you go.
I scored against Villa, and I talk about the celebration. I don't know, to be fair. It's not something I've thought about. I know it's not
Weird
going to happen.
question, to be fair, isn't it? Yeah. So it was 10 years ago that team won the Premier League in 2012. And because obviously Jolien sat here now, we're going to ask, who was better, 2012 or 2022? And I feel like we need a dun-dun-dun sort of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look back at the team from that day 10 years ago, and we are going to all have a discussion about who was better. I love this. By the way, I spoke to Micah Richards earlier in the week on my radio show, and he said that the defence from your era is better than the defence from today. So let's have a look at the keepers. So we've got Joe Hart and we've got Edison. Stephen, go ahead. What do you think?
Shot stopping obviously is Joe. As a modern keeper, it's probably Edison. But look, in my heart, I love Joe more. Not because I don't love Edison, but I'm going to say it from the heart. Joe was there that day, and his celebration with Guile running around the pitch. I love him. Doesn't mean his week is better, but I'd probably say he means more to me as a City fan. Also, I was a keeper as a kid, and like watching Joe Hart. Well, I was a bit older then, but either way, I loved him. So Joe Hart.
Okay, right, let's move on to defenders now. I'm going to go to Darius for this one. Right, Darius, you've got the 4 defenders from that day. So that's Zaba, Jolien, Vincent Kompany and Guile Clichy versus Walker, Laporte, Diaz and Cancelo. We made them all fit.
Right.
Who'd you rather play against, Darius? Who'd you rather play against?
I'll be honest. As defenders solely, I'd go for Jolien's group. Yeah? But I do think the other group offer a little bit more in terms of in possession as well. They combine, but it does say defenders there, so I'll go for the first group.
Julian?
I agree. I think. no, I'm going to give why. I think. I'm not saying these guys don't, because we see them celebrate tackles and blocks, but we were asked to defend more, so we probably was reliant on that a lot more. Obviously, this back four is exceptional as well, but listen.
That was the best defensive partnership in the league back then.
He was strong. He was strong. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, no, listen. I don't think any City fan is going to argue with any player being in or out of the teams, are they? You know what I mean? Both exceptional teams. But the biggest thing for me is not necessarily the managers. We were just asked to do different things. Like, could we do what this current team do? Who knows? Could they do what we was asked to do? Who knows? So I just think the styles were so different. I think that's where it's always going to be controversial, should I say, who was better.
Right, let's have a look at the midfield now. So that is Samir Nasri, Gareth Barry and Yaya Toure. Jolien, I know Yaya Toure is your favourite player of all time.
As good as these three are on the right, if Yaya Toure played well, the game's won. I don't care who's in midfield, who's in defence, who's up front. Yaya Toure will always be the best player I've played with, but just an exceptional match winner. Like, ridiculous, just ridiculous.
Stephen, if I gave you the option of merging and picking a three, who are you picking?
You probably, you know what? They all complement each other so well. And I honestly choose the ones on the right. I think, to be honest, I do choose the ones on the right only because I think KDB. The best thing about KDB this season, and we were talking about him scoring goals earlier, he started to dribble as well, like Yaya. He's running past people constantly. So
you just said like Yaya.
Yeah, well there we go, like Yaya.
You know what I mean? If he's like someone, surely the one that does it.
I mean,
and to be fair, the only thing I would say is I don't know if Samir would be in there. I think it would be more David. Samir played further forward, so I would say if you're swapping Samir for David Silva, potentially.
Okay, I like it. Right, let's look at the forwards then, Darius. Let's get your expert opinion on this. Okay, so we do have David Silva up there. And then, of course, we have Sergio Aguero, Carlos Tevez versus Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling and Riyad Mahrez.
Easily for me, the first group. And that's no slight on the second, but the second to me aren't complete out-and-out forwards. They can do a bit more and a bit more versatile. But as the first group, them as forwards, wow. That is just insane to me, yeah. Oh, my God.
Like Darius' question posed to him in the first bit. If you ask the defenders, any of the 8 defenders, who would you rather play against? I would rather play against the guys on the right, just because I know Sergio wants to score equally as much as he wants to win. And that is a different mindset. And Carlos Tevez will forever be underrated as a Premier League forward.
Absolutely great.
Forever, regardless if it's us, the red light across the street. But in regards to a forward, Carlos Tevez, exceptional.
I always think with Carlos Tevez, if you could choose one, I always ask this every now and then, which player would you have back at City in this team? Tevez. It'd be Tevez, honestly, of all the players that have left, because his work rate, his desire, his ability, just insane. He was pressing before it was a thing,
and that's the thing, just to jump back in and out. I think I seen something a couple of weeks ago when Klopp said about Firmino reinventing the forward role and pressing. I'm saying, did you not remember Carlos Tevez?
30-odd goals.
Carlos Tevez used to do that on his own. Like, there was a couple of spells when we used to sit back. Go on, Carlos, just go and press the whole back four. And I could hear the crowd like building up, and he used to press the whole back four, and then he would just win it, and we'd be like, okay, Carlos is going to do it.
Chelsea game, was it where you were like 1-0 away or something like that, and he scored it like that was, I remember, you're genuinely strange. How would you run that much and be that brilliant? Carlos Tevez, I love the ones on the right, genuinely do, but that other side it's everything you want. You've got incredible guile and creativity from David Silva. You've got the greatest Premier League goal scorer of all time, and you've got the hardest working forward probably of all time as well. It's just stupid.
So we win, though.
Sorry?
We win. That's it. It sounds like we won.
It sounds like you got goalkeeper, defenders, and
I didn't get all of the defenders, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
we win in the last minute.
Oh, let's not do it. But come on, let's not do that today. Come on, please. Come on. Oh, there he is. Look at that man. our captain. Speaking of greats, there he is. Our captain, who has been with us now for 9 seasons, made 382 appearances for the club. Today will be his last day as a Manchester City player. And he does start today, and he is captain today, which just seems so very, very fitting. Earlier today, Fernandinho was presented with a pitch that has been named after him over in the CFA. And here you can see, oh, here is his mosaic. That is, of course, our chairman, Khaldoon, who is showing him his mosaic there. Oh, look at his face, Stephen.
I'm going to miss him, that. Going to miss him.
I love this, the little smile. When you see him smiling, you think, there's no way he does some of the things he does on the pitch, Julian, when that smile.
No, I don't know if I believe that smile, to be honest. I probably believe the things he does on the pitch more than the smile. but what a guy. Lucky enough to play with him as well. And my memories of Fernandinho were before he joined us. I remember seeing him for Shakhtar, and this was the time where Chelsea's midfield was really strong, and they had Mahrez. And Ramirez was running through the league, like in terms of midfield, and they played Shakhtar. And I remember him, like, running him, and I'm thinking, oh, who's this guy? And then we were signing him. I was like, what a player we're getting here. So, exceptional player, exceptional.
And didn't he pay a little bit as well to get the transfer to happen or something like that? He did. Yeah, so he paid to be here, and 9 years later, he's got a picture after him. What a guy. I love the guy. I love him.
Darius, for me, he's one of the best defensive midfielders the Premier League has ever seen.
Yeah, he certainly is. Just looking at that there. City do look after their ex-players. I haven't quite had a pitch named after me, but I've been invited back quite a few times. No, but it's lovely to see him, rightfully so. And I think he's a player that, the fans have grown to love and grown to, respect and admire. And it'd be great for him to get the right send-off today.
Well, talking of the right send-off, we will be doing a presentation for Fernandinho on the pitch after today's game, regardless of the result, because he deserves the send-off that the fans want to give him. So we will be showing that on Matchday Live. It will be me. I'm down there saying bye to him. Can you believe it? I might cry, so let's hope that I don't do that. So we'll be giving Fernandinho a send-off after the game today. Oh. Like a perfectly timed round of applause from the stadium. So, you're seeing Jack Grealish there, who of course came to City from Villa. I'm sat alongside 2 men here that also have played for Manchester City and Villa. And amazingly, there's absolutely loads of you, that have played for City and for Villa. So now is time for one of our legendary games. It's a higher or lower game today. So all these players have played for both City and Villa. This is their total appearances in the Premier League for City and Villa. Combined appearances for City and Villa. Of course, we're starting there with Scott Carson, who has 36 combined appearances. So, and by the way, it's one of those in the Premier League for City, 35 of them for Villa. But it still works in our game, doesn't it? Now, that is Sinclair, I think. Scott Sinclair. So, higher or lower?
Oh, then 36.
Oh, you're a team, by the way. You're a team.
Okay. We'll let the rest start. We'll let the rest start.
I think higher, personally.
Higher.
For both teams?
Combined, yeah?
Combined.
Go on, then. We'll go higher.
Yeah.
Yep. Meeks is
higher. Is it higher? It is. It's 49.
Meeks is higher.
So, it's Micah. What do you think, Jolie? And your boy,
higher.
more than that?
Easily higher.
Higher. Whoa.
Of course it's more than that. It's 203. Now, one of our matchday regulars, that's David James. Premier League, remember.
Yeah, he's got one of the most in the Premier League appearances.
For Villa?
No, but for Villa and
City.
Yeah, but Portsmouth.
No, just Villa and City.
Just Villa and City. Like these players are just Villa and City appearances.
He was for a while though, as well. So, that's tough, isn't it? It's number 1 as well, so you play every game.
But
it's close to Micah. It's close to the same. That's good. That's a good one. That one.
Oh, we're trying to trick you
between the two.
I think
it's higher. I would say lower, but we'll go higher.
Oh, I don't think this to me. Like,
who are
I'm
you
going to go
with?
for lower.
Yeah.
Is it lower?
Yeah, I would say lower, yes.
Okay, 160. That is Steven Superman Island.
He played about
more or
3
less.
years at City in the first team, didn't he?
3 years? Is that all?
In the first team,
Nah, Stevie was, yeah, but even that, it's only, 90, 127, 117 games, even if you played every week.
I think this is going to be lower, isn't it? No,
Yeah,
Darius?
lower. It's lower.
Darius, what do you think?
He was in and out of the Villa team, wasn't he?
Yeah, lower.
Lower. Oh, yes! The house
For
wins
more than 3
again.
seasons for Man City.
I take this as I
I mean,
beat
as a
you.
first team regular, as a
Yeah,
starter.
but appearances, weren't it?
Yeah. Oh well.
Delphi.
Right. So it's
Delphi was
Fabian
5,
Delph there,
4.
more or less.
Even if you played
185.
every week, you played 5 seasons here or 4 seasons here. Yeah, lower. It's got to be lower. Yeah.
Lower?
Oh.
Higher.
How long was he at Villa?
He was at Villa for about 4 or 5 years, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was only here for 4 years.
Well, that's 8 years of Premier League appearances.
Yeah, but he was injured here, no? Well, obviously not.
Don't, excuse me, don't question my stats.
Yeah,
Thank
true.
you very much. Right,
Darius,
so,
come on, Darius.
and then
No,
Darius.
No, it's got to be. I was always injured.
Said that about Delphi. He told us. Say lower. No. How many appearances you got, Darius?
I don't know. It's lower, man. Appearances.
Say lower.
Yeah,
Say lower.
lower.
Go on then.
Going lower.
I love this. Darius, you
Why
go.
else, man? Play the back.
All right, now you're laughing. How many appearances
Mine's
have you
lower than
got?
that. Mine's lower. Definitely, 100%.
I think you're lower as well,
I
yeah.
reckon it's 100. Yeah, I'm going to say.
137.
Oh, this has gotta be higher.
Right, Richard Dunn.
Definitely higher.
Yeah.
Definitely higher,
Higher than
surely.
me. Yeah.
He was playing
He was playing there
4 years in a row.
Yeah, like
This
gotta be higher.
The next one's a tough one. This is the tough one.
348
How long was
appearances for Richard
Who, Millie?
Dunn. Okay, James Milner.
Millie was there for a good 3-4 years, but he didn't miss a game.
Not more than
Milner.
4.8 though.
Milner's higher, isn't he? He's
You would say
higher.
higher.
Milner, yeah.
I'm not sure about higher than 3.48. That's like
He's
10
still
years
playing,
of games.
isn't he?
Yeah, Millie's still
we're
playing,
gonna-
man. He played at Liverpool for 6 years now.
It's how long was he there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You're going to say lower.
I'm personally going to say lower, but
Okay.
what do you
You're going to
reckon?
say lower.
You go with that, Darius?
I'll go
I
lower
don't know,
then.
yeah.
Lower, yeah.
Okay, lower.
I don't know.
Reluctantly. Yeah.
Oh, 247. And of
GB's,
course,
GB's higher.
Gareth Barry.
He's the highest, isn't he?
Higher. I think
probably
his
higher
Villa,
too.
his Villa appearances must be
Yeah,
higher,
yeah,
innit? Yeah.
497 appearances. Goodness me. 497
Oh, no.
appearances for
He's-
Gareth Barry.
He should be Hall of Fame. He should be Hall of Fame, Gareth Barry. Premier League Hall of Fame.
I
I
absolutely
like
agree
that.
with him.
So thank you for playing our game. Loads of players that have played both for Manchester City and Villa. Now, Els has gone down pitch side. She's with Sean Wright Phillips. Here we go.
Right, I'm here pitch side at the Etihad. We've got the teams warming up behind us. I've got Sean Wright Phillips here with me. Give me your thoughts ahead of this game.
I'm confident. I think I've been watching the boys warm up down there and they seem confident. So that confidence is rubbed off on me basically. So I'm looking for a win here and the 3 points safely back at the stadium.
Let's talk the team then, because we've got John Stones back on the squad, Kyle Walker on the bench. Do you think that's going to impact our game a lot today?
Yeah, I think it would have definitely lifted the boys to know that they can field 2 natural centre backs. So I think that would have gave them a lift, definitely, most definitely. And the fact that Kyle Walker's on the bench, we know we can turn to him if we really, really need him as well.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got Kevin De Bruyne off the back of being crowned Premier League's Player of the Year, and Phil Foden Young Player of the Year for the Premier League. Do you think that will give them a boost of confidence today?
Those guys are always confident, to be honest with you. Yeah, they definitely don't need it. And I think this is the stage for all of them, really. I think they work this hard to play in these games.
Yeah.
So for me, they would be raring to go and can't wait for the whistle to go.
Now let's talk Liverpool, because they are also playing. How do you think that's going to go?
Well, I think Wolves are going to draw, to be honest. I think they'll get a draw there, to be honest with you. But as City need to do, they only need to concentrate on themselves. If they win the game, it doesn't really matter whether Liverpool win, lose or draw.
Yeah.
We still get the title. So I think they will know that. And I think Pep would have drilled that into them as well.
Definitely. And obviously we're all here today. The fans have been fantastic so far. The atmosphere is incredible here. How do you see it lighting up? I mean, 4 trophies potentially in 5 seasons. What will that mean to the fans?
It gives them what they deserve. So I remember being here when they went down to Division 2 and they still sold out all their season tickets. So for me, for them to get all this, it's exactly what they deserve.
Amazing. Well, thank you for joining me. We've got to go now because the sprinklers are on. The teams are back in the changing room. So let's do this.
Definitely.
Yes, quick, get inside, guys. Those sprinklers are coming for you. That was Els and Sean Wright-Phillips, pitch side. We are 10 minutes away from kick-off in the last game of the season. Now, you've been sending in loads of WhatsApp questions. Thank you so much. I want to say a big hello to Gillian Cohen. And Gillian has said, any chance of a shout-out to my dad, Ralph Marcus? He's here with his son, Harvey, who has flown in from Australia this morning. My dad is 93. He's not seen his son for 3 years due to the pandemic. They're both lifelong City fans, and it would be amazing if they had a shout out. They're here, they're sat in the stadium today, they're in the disabled area as Gillian's dad is in a wheelchair. So Gillian, show them this back later on. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you so much for coming all the way from Australia, Harvey. So, oh, look at this. Honestly, it's so loud in here now. The scenes in here are absolutely incredible. Right, we've got a couple of questions that have come in that I'm going to ask the gents now if they can hear me. Right, Jolien.
Yes.
Dynamite has said, I think Villa will need to be defensive to protect their credibility while they would love to score. It's going to be hard to catch City out with long balls?
No, me and the Rice were talking about it. In regards to how Villa would like to play or do play, it probably suits them being sat back and then relying on the pace of Ollie Watkins, similar to West Ham. Do I see that playing out for them? No, I don't think they're as strong defensively as a West Ham. So they're going to have to score more than 2 goals, in my opinion, to get something out of this game, because I see us scoring two or more.
So keep your WhatsApp questions coming into us, and I'll try and get through score at half-time. The players are in the tunnel. You can see them there. If you're just joining us, you are very welcome to Matchday Live. Less than 10 minutes now to kick off. Here's a recap of your City starting 11 for today. It is Ederson, Stones, captain Fernandinho for his last game, Laporte, Cancelo, Rodri, De Bruyne, Silva, Mahrez, Foden, and Gabriel Jesus. So that is your starting 11. Your subs: Carson, Walker, Ake, Sterling, Gundogan, Grealish, Zinchenko, Palmer and McAtee. So it is getting so loud in here. The atmosphere is incredible. The players are coming out. Darius, we haven't spoken to you much because it's so loud. What's your prediction?
3-0.
Darius says 3-0. Stephen?
4-0, Nat. 4-0.
Jolien?
Yeah, I'll take any of them scores. I'll go 3-0 as well, same as the Rice.
Okay, everybody, try and enjoy the next 45 minutes. We will be back here at half-time. You can get all the commentary for today's game. Download the app now. Alistair Mann is with Sean Gota, the 2 best people to possibly listen to today. The players are in the tunnel. It is time, 90 minutes away from retaining our Premier League title. Ali, it's over to you.
Well, thank you, Natalie. So, how are your nerves, City fans? For many years, the final day of a City season meant trying to qualify for Europe, battling for promotion, or even trying to stave off relegation. Surely, to have the biggest domestic prize in football to play for is a much better reason to chew off your nails, as you hope, even pray, for a positive outcome this afternoon. City fans, it's fair to say, have become well versed in final day drama. That's not to say that it gets any easier. There's nothing quite like that heady mixture of excitement and anxiety in equal measures. The atmosphere at the Etihad Stadium reflects that intoxicating concoction. It's noisy, it's raucous, yet the sense of worry, those awful feelings of dread, they just won't be submerged. Perhaps what you need is the GOAT alongside you, because Sean Gota is the most relaxed man inside the Etihad Stadium. Sean, why?
Well, I'm relaxed because I know that these players, the manager, would have went through everything in terms of what to expect, what to anticipate, in terms of the crowd being nervous, the crowd being overexcited, being able to understand all these things, but know that they've been to these moments before and they've come through them. So I can be very relaxed knowing that we've got world-class players that are ready for this moment.
Well, don't forget to download the app so that you can get myself and Sean guiding you through the events that will unfold in the next hour and a half. And so it all comes down to this. A City win against Aston Villa, and the Premier League trophy will be back at the Etihad Stadium for the 4th time in 5 years. At the start of each season, you crave this kind of scenario where your destiny is in your hands, and what you do, how you perform, how well you play will ultimately define the final.